This week we saw striking images of people breaching the walls of the Capitol State Building in Washington, D.C. Those images of people trying to mount these walls were striking in their symbolism of an attempt at violence and insurrection. And I thought about how much I did not understand those people in their desires and how little they would understand me, especially as they carried anti-Semitic symbols among other racist symbols. And yet, the more I thought about walls and the breaching of walls, I realized that this process can also be a symbol in other spaces of understanding and tolerance. There is a special story told by the Baal Shem Tov, the founder of the Hasidic movement, about a king who wanted to draw closer to his people, but he felt that the people were too busy and didn't understand and didn't care. So he decided to pose a challenge to capture their attention. The king was an illusionist, and so he placed all around the palace illusory walls that had no gates, but in the illusion there were walls and armed guards and lots of threatening looking obstacles. And he invited all the people to come and try to meet him, passing those obstacles with the reward of being one of his closest advisors. And many people were intrigued by this challenge and came forward to the walls to try to breach them. And they could not find a way around. They saw these tall walls and they saw the armed guards and they were intimidated and they did not come near. But finally, one of the people who came close was the king's own son. And the son looked at the walls and came closer and called out, "Father, let me through the walls, for I want to be near you." And with that, the king ended the illusion and the walls came down, and the son realized that he had been near his father all along. And so the Baal Shem Tov tells us this story, a king parable, which often in Judaism is a symbol for God, to tell us that we are not actually as far from God as we think we might be, that the walls between us and God, and perhaps between us and others, are just an illusion, and that by calling out and trying to understand, we can come across those walls and find that they're just an illusion. And so I hope for us on this Shabbat that we are able to find understanding, that we are able to breach walls so that we can create peace and greater tolerance and greater understanding. There's a line that we say in our Shabbat liturgy, Yehi shalva b'chelech, Shalma be'armonotaich. May there be peace in your walls and goodness within your palaces. And I hope that we indeed manifest that prayer of peace within our walls and over our walls on this Shabbat.